Hello, and welcome to Muffin Thoughts. I'm thinking about making this a regular segment, wherein I purchase a muffin, and then I talk thoughts at you, totally unedited. I haven't been posting anything on YouTube for a while, mostly because the roads through Nebraska, Iowa, and Illinois are awesome for making good progress, but not very good for videos. They're pretty boring, actually. So, to pass the time and not go crazy, I've been listening to audiobooks. So I've actually been doing this the whole time, and I even recorded a whole segment on it, and completely forgot to add that into any of the videos that I've done so far. And that was all the way back in Idaho. Which is another thing. So the passage of time for me is no longer in terms of days or weeks or months. It's just states. I realized this the other day when I was telling a story and somebody asked how long ago that was. And my first thought was, Wyoming? And it's weird. I don't know what day of the week it is or where in the month I am, but I know how many states I've gone through. Anyway, back to audiobooks. So for the past 4 states or so, I've gone through almost everything that Neil Gaiman has written and narrated himself. And I'm now on to Lord of the Rings. I never read the books before and just wanted to listen to them because they take about 12 hours each. So I figured it would get me through a few states. And it's proved to be quite useful. Here's the problem though. I spend about 6 to 10 hours a day listening to this on some days, on the really boring days. And that gets in your head, at least for me. I don't know about you, but it gets in my head. It actually alters my inner monologue. This has happened to me before, but when I listen to the same voice over and over again, that my inner monologue almost takes on that character. So the problem is when I get into town for the night. Now let's say when I'm getting a hotel or going to a restaurant or something. I show up and in my head, the first thing that I want to say is, "Evening, good sir. I require lodging and a tankard of your finest ale." Which immediately makes me laugh to myself, just thinking about it. So, to fully set the scene, here I am, at the end of the day. It's now dark out. I'm exhausted. I'm in full lycra, likely sweating and malnutrition, and now giggling to myself. And my brain's totally fried from riding, and I'm just trying to get the point across and tell this person what I need. And it was horribly wrong. And the cherry on top of all of this is that eventually I have to either provide some sort of money or identification. In the case of a hotel, that's both. Which is when I pull out my plastic bag and hand over my passport. Which is another long story in itself, but that is currently my only valid form of identification. So it's just kind of a mess. And these are the parts that I would edit out later. All these awkward pauses. So now you get to see into the process a little bit. So that's it. Those are my thoughts for the day. My god, that was the worst ending, but I promised myself that I wouldn't edit this. So, sorry.